Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us to honor the life of this beautiful soul, Aida. I'm here on behalf of the Islamic Center of Bloomington and the Muslim Women's Student Organization at the behest of Maha Noureddin, who was not able to make it here today, but she's with us in spirit, and she sends her prayers and salams and regards from afar. And she asked me to read the Fatiha for you all. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. صدق الله العظيم.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it's very difficult to find the words, especially when you have so much to say. No words can express this pain of losing of my beloved sister. So I just want to share with you some of my memories and thoughts about Aida. Aida was 8 years older than me. Maybe that's why she considered me not only as a brother, but also as a little boy from her childhood. I remember how she told me about the first time she saw me. I was a newborn baby when our parents just brought me home. I was sleeping in the cradle, and Aida came up and began to look at me very carefully. She was very curious about who this small creature was. Then curiosity turned into joy. Aida told me that she was really overwhelmed with emotions. Unfortunately, I soon woke up and began to cry loudly, ruined the initial good impression totally. Aida was a little bit alarmed and confused, and she didn't understand why is he crying and where is the button to stop him. Another funny story from our childhood happened later. So our house was on the same street with our grandmother's apartment. And one day, Mom asked Aida to take me to grandmother. I was just several months old. Mom told Aida not to stop on the way, not to talk with other children, and not to hurry. So it was a very responsible and important mission. Aida remembered how she carried me with care, holding me tightly to her chest. And she hugged and protected me until the last day of her life. Aida lived a short but very bright life. Music was her passion. And she spoke about the music of Azerbaijan in the most prestigious halls and universities of the world. In Cambridge, Harvard, Princeton, Berkeley, Columbia. Aida was a research advisor of the Silk Road project, featuring outstanding artists as Yo-Yo Mom and Mark Morris Dance Group. Aida was a true ambassador of Azerbaijani culture. Her book, Music of Azerbaijan From Mugam to Opera, is the first monograph about our music, written by Azerbaijani musicologist and published in the United States. It's real historical achievement. And I believe that people will realize the scale of Aida's personality and her significant contribution to musicology of Azerbaijan. And future musicologists all over the world will study our music according to the main work of her life, the monograph Music of Azerbaijan. This day will surely come. Aida loved to be in contact with students and share her knowledge with young people. She was very happy to rehearse Azerbaijani folk songs with her students. And I remember how proud she was reading her students' reviews on the university website. These were reviews full of gratitude and admiration. You know, sometimes we underestimate students. Sometimes we assume that they cannot really appreciate the work of teacher properly. It's not true. They understand everything perfectly. They always appreciate the knowledge of a teacher, sincerity, and involvement during classes. Students loved Aida, and this attitude brought her great joy. Aida was an incredibly courageous person. She was fighting against the serious illness for many years, showing a real strength of character and will to live. It was a great feat. That's why I don't like to hear that she has lost her fight against the disease. No. Aida was a winner by nature, and the story of her life is a story of victories, including a victory over the illness. She managed to win 10 years of life, and she has done a lot of things during this time. Aida lived in Bloomington for about 20 years. Your beautiful city has taken a special place in her heart. She was very happy in Bloomington. Here she met amazing and devoted friends. I want to express my deep gratitude to Jacobs School of Music, and especially to Mary Goetze for organizing this concert in memory of Aida, and for everything she has done for Aida. I'm very grateful to William Firman for taking care of Aida, and for the great support he gave to me during all these months after Aida's passing. I'm grateful to the wonderful friends of Aida for their love and help. I'm grateful to Amina Salamova, Yunisu, and my cousin Fidan Kazimova. I'm grateful to all musicians and participants of this memorial concert. I'm glad because all of you have become my friends. This is the last and precious gift presented by Aida to me. And of course, I'm grateful to Aida for her being in my life. I'm grateful for her love and care. Aida will live as long as we remember and love her. And it means that she will live forever in our hearts. Aida, I love you. Allah sana rahmet eylesin. Thank you very much, my friends. God bless you all.
Greetings. Jack was one of the luckiest ones who studied with Aida, and she loved the class. Azizim, akar gider. Su gelir, akar gider. Bu dünya bir penceredir. Her gelen bakar gider. This world is like a window. Whoever enters it, peeks through it, and passes by. May she rest in peace. Geldi, kimler gitti bu dünyadan, bu dünyadan. Kimler geldi, kimler gitti bu dünyadan, bu dünyadan. Arif olan nakam gitmez bu dünyadan. Aida gezmiş bu dünyayı, musikidir cismu cani. Aida gezmiş bu dünyayı, musikidir cismu cani. Bir gün geçer garip karvanı bu dünyada.
want to make sure you know who's playing the tenor saxophone this afternoon.
I began teaching for the music in general studies. I teach music of the Silk Road. That was the first class that I designed, and it was great pleasure. Then I designed 3 more classes. One of them is music of Russia, then East-West encounters of music, and popular music of Europe and Asia. So I'm trying to explore meeting different cultures, meeting different music traditions. So we discuss the unique styles and genres that emerged on the crossroads of cultures and traditions.
And do you have a favorite course that you teach?
Well, I love all of them. I love all of them. Music of the Silk Road is very dear to me, maybe because that was the first class that I designed for Jacobs School of Music. And also it encompasses my experience of doing research advisory for the Silk Road Ensemble founded by Yo-Yo Ma as a research advisor for the Mark Morris Dance Group. So I invested a lot of expertise and my personal experience into the content of this class, and I continue to improve it and to change it every time I teach it. So again, I wouldn't want to say that this is my favorite. I love all 4 classes that I teach.
One of the unique things, one of the most significant things about music and general studies is that you and your colleagues teach students who are not music majors. What do you love most about teaching music to non-music majors?
That's a great question. So teaching music to non-music majors is a challenge and the most enjoyable part of my teaching at the same time. I think the main purpose is to find the way of delivering the content to non-musicians without simplifying it. You have to consider the nature of the audience, of students' crowd that you are talking to, and you want them to understand it and to enjoy the class content. So I think finding the balance between delivering the content to the fullest and in the meantime, making it accessible to non-musicians is the most enjoyable part. I really love it. I enjoy it.
Are there ever opportunities to bring in musicians to perform for your students?
Of course, of course. I had musicians from Bloomington, some great local musicians that bring their expertise. I also had musicians from other countries. Bloomington is a great place that is visited by musicians from all over the world. And whenever the opportunity arises, I invite those musicians to my classes. I know that these class meetings are always, I would say, the best.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joseph Granley, lucky enough to be teaching percussion here in the faculty at Jacobs School of Music. In another part of my creative life, I was a founding member of the Silk Road Ensemble with Yo-Yo Ma, and for a few years served as the Associate Artistic Director. And it was during this time we developed the work that you're going to see and hear next. So Mary graciously asked me to frame and contextualize a little bit what you're going to see and hear. Layla and Majnun is an evening-length music and dance production based on the 7th century Persian love story. Yo-Yo Ma and the Silk Road Ensemble first premiered excerpts from Layla and Majnun with Alim Kazimov in 2006 at Harvard. From there, we developed and toured excerpts of the work for about a decade, when we joined forces with the Mark Morris Dance Group for what you're going to see and hear today. After the Harvard residency, we did a cultural exchange in Baku. Yo-Yo and the ensemble went over, and it was there that we met Aida. She started working with us as a translator and an interpreter. We quickly learned that she would become a guiding light of research and consultation and beauty and elegance and grace as she led us into this wonderful world of Mugam and working with Alim and his daughter, Fargana. From the New York Times, each September for more years than he's willing to count, Alim Kazimov, one of Azerbaijan's most revered singers, took the stage at the Theater of Opera and Ballet in Baku and kicked off the local concert season by performing the role of the crazed young lover in Uzeyir Hajibeyev's opera Layla and Majnun. Based on the classic love story popular throughout the Middle East and Central and South Asia, the work is a jewel of Azerbaijani culture. Yo-Yo and the ensemble members did not know all of this when Mr. Kazimov approached them. Alim approached Yo-Yo with something between an idea and a plea. Could he and the ensemble do something with Layla and Majnun? What we knew, Johnny Gamblesman said, our violinist, was that when Alim asked us to do something, we did it. We loved Alim, we trusted him, and yet we agreed to do it blindly. Humbly stated at the time by Johnny, we had so much to learn. We learned very soon, however, that we were not flying blindly. This is when we met Aida, and thus began a 15-year relationship with her as consultant and researcher through the development of 2 versions of Layla and Majnun, culminating in a world tour with the Silk Road Ensemble and the Mark Morris Dance Group. Aida was with us on most of the tour stops, gentle and refined, spirited, selfless, an amazing teacher and colleague. When I was on tour, I would always try to jump out of sound check a little bit early, get those drums done fast, right? I wanted to go upstairs and catch her pre-concert lectures, which I did on almost every tour stop. I always learned something from Aida, more so just being in the room with her elegance, her realness, her fierce dedication. She inspired me, and she inspired all of our ensemble and Yo-Yo as well. We will now hear and see some excerpts from Layla and Majnun, as well as one of her amazing pre-concert talks. This is at the premiere Cal performances at Cal Berkeley. Thank you.
The story of Layla and Majnun is a story of impossible love. It's a story of love and death, or a story of love and separation. But the death of both characters at the end does not sound as a tragedy. It is something that helps them touch the universe. So it's not just a reunion for these two, but it's reunion with the universe, and it's just a realization of some eternal truth, that's a supreme truth. So this is universal meaning of this story. Mugam, which is the richest, the quintessential genre of traditional music of Azerbaijan, is exactly about the same. Mugam is based on the classical poetry of the East, and, well, the poetry is about love and separation again, so you can find many stories and plots that sound similar to the Layla and Majnun story in the verses that are used in Mugam performances in Azerbaijan. But I would like to emphasize the aesthetical or musical part of Mugam. Mugam is about the catharsis. You go through suffering and you purify your soul. You come to some new, you just enter a new phase of your development as a human being. And this is actually the main meaning, spiritual and philosophical meaning of Mugam. So Mugam is not just music, it is a philosophy.
ne zulüm, bu ne sitem, bu ne zulüm, bu ne sitem. Eşkin oduna yandım, hicran sitemin kandım.
Bəs sənin vəfam bu imiş Leyli, bu imiş Leyli. Bir vəfada yar olar mı? Bir vəfada yar olar mı?
Allah, bu ne zulüm, bu ne sitem, bu ne zulüm, bu ne sitem. Eşkin oduna yandım, hicran sitemin kandım.
Bəs sənin vəfan bu imiş Leyli, bu imiş Leyli. Bir vəfada yar olar mı? Bir vəfada yar olar mı? Bir vəfada yar olar mı? Bir vəfada yar olar mı?
I'd like to play this in memory of a very, very dear soul, a gentle human being filled with passion and love for the subject that she loved so much, music, and also filled with love and affection for all the students and people that she reached through her work. This is for you, Aida.